It's Yolantis, and I'm doing a check-in before I start the next leg of my Decentraland project. So I want to share my screen and talk about Claude and Fable. So just a moment. I had a long conversation with Claude, and I believe that the first thing I asked for, I wanted to build my pattern studio. And I think that this one, I asked it, I have the Claude to Blender MCP. I want to make a structure. Give me five design ideas for a three-level structure that serve the pattern studio well. This LLM knows all about the Yolantis Art Studio and my style of work and everything. So it gave me five things that are like somewhere in between brutalist and Art Deco. Pretty wide range, right? I went and researched on my own, so I didn't need to use my credits to go research these keywords. The constructivist, the distill, Bauhaus. I found that the metabolist capsule stack, I looked it up on Wikipedia, the Nagakin capsule tower I had never seen before. I'm going to take my look and feel from this. Mm, it says it's very metaverse native feeling modular, and the pod per level reinforces my art gallery program naturally. This is how we just prompt with LLMs. I'll tell it to describe things to me. It had described what my build is going to be like, and I said, can I get that more detailed? It told me when I can switch to Fable and what Fable is good for. That's the one that draws down a lot of credits and makes you run out of credits fast. Fable is you have to start in a fresh chat. You could see that right now I'm in Sonnet, and you can't like switch the LLM like the model within the same chat. You have to start a new one. So that's what I did, and I'm going to come back to Sonnet for building with the MCP, but I wanted to show you a little bit about our conversation here. I just described my situation, what I wanted it to do. I gotta tell you, look at this SVG it drew me. And it nailed it. It's like, yeah, we've got a quarter rotation for each of the floors. This is a top-down view. The elevator is going to run up and down the center. And so let's see the other one. This is it from the side. And I'm pretty blown away. And LLM just drew this from imagination and from description. So I had it build me a blueprint. And so this blueprint is what I'm going to take over to the Sonnet. And it's a description exactly, meter by meter, of what we're going to build. And I had a lot of sanity checks along the way, and I asked it to make sure that this will work, and to make sure it's factoring enough triangles for the furniture inside, and hey, what is my console going to look like? What is my diorama going to be like? And we did the math together. So I'm hoping that this is going to be one and done, or one and a couple of tweaks and done. This is really hard to say at this point. So, I mean, looks great on paper. I really don't know how it's going to turn out after I connect the MCP to it. So, it's counting portholes and end pods, and it's telling us about how the elevator cab is going to look and how it's going to work. And it's showing how the community gallery panels are going to be up on the third floor, and then redeemed Nagakin interior, because they're really ugly. That's why it said redeemed. This thing has a sense of humor. I told it I didn't want the inside of my cubes to look like the Nagakin inside of their cubes, because it looked like a prison. And so we're gonna make it look a little better. So then I have a list of furniture, and I really had a big say in what the furniture is going to be. So I don't want to go through every one of these words, but but I did say, here is the furniture that I want because it was trying to give me, useless things that didn't add to my scene, such as like a lamp, shade, and um, some other furniture that I couldn't put pattern on. So I'm getting wallpaper, carpet, area rug, sofa, two armchairs, two curtains. So um, we're going to arrange the furniture for a selfie climb so that we're going to put the armoires behind the couch so you can climb up there and take pictures. Deliberately absent what I told it to remove. And we're saying how cute it's going to be to have curtains over a couple of portholes. And then we have a budget for triangles, a limit of 10,000 triangles. And I know from listening to Canessa talk that I don't have to be strict about 10,000 triangles on the dot and that the build will be forgiving with the amount of triangles. But we are doing a low poly build and we have to be aware that we might come up against some hard limitations. So, yep, we got about 9,000 triangles. It's guessing. It had to remove a couple of things that it had planned for because I didn't add furniture in the beginning. So yes, I'm really thinking through the process here while I'm in the planning phase. It's telling me what to do. It's telling me how to do the elevator tween in the SDK, not in Blender. So step by step, really. And I don't know how to do any of this, y'all. I'm gonna have to depend on this and my family and friends, my DCL fam, to help me out. Um, so I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm really excited to get started with the NCP. I don't want to, be videoing live while I try it, but I'll show you what happens in the end. Oh yeah, here's where I gave it the furniture list. So this is me talking to it, and I'm saying I don't want users to pick different materials for the different walls. So all the walls are going to be the same material. I want the floor different from the walls. So yes, you can choose a pattern on the like wall-to-wall carpet and a different pattern for the wallpaper, but not for three walls, not three patterns. It'll be fun. Okay, bye-bye. Till next time.